What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video. This video I want to talk about net energy metering 2 versus net energy metering 3 on a very lightweight scale, and talk a little bit more about like what I think utility providers are doing. So if you are new to this channel, my name is Bashan. This is the Done Differently channel, and I talk a lot about a lot of stuff, generally like electric and solar and stuff like that. And so what you see behind me is my solar panel system. It's about almost 10 kilowatt system. I'm in Southern California, so I'm under Southern California Edison, and I've got this last year, so I was in a plan called Net Energy Metering 2.0. And there's a big switch to Net Energy Metering 3.0. So if you don't know what those things are, as a lightweight description, they're basically a way for you to supply your excess electricity back to Southern California Edison, and you get it back when you need it, like off hours, so when there's no sun, right? Essentially acting as a large backup battery. And so it's a program that they have in place that they're just phasing out to a 3.0 with different terms. And I'm not going to get into really details about like comparing it all, but I do want to think about this a little bit here. So there's currently a really big push, and you know, honestly, I think this will probably apply to any electricity provider around the country. They're going to start playing games like this. And so so I'm under Net Energy Metering 2.0, which means I get about, I don't know exactly, but I get, it's almost a one-to-one. If I supply a kilowatt, I almost get back a whole kilowatt. And so with Net Energy Metering 3.0, that's changing. That's changing to, I don't know the exact numbers. I heard it's about an eighth, but it's significantly less. So you give them 1 kilowatt and you get back about a little bit less than that. So if you produce 10 kilowatts, for instance, as an example, and you would get back, let's say you produce 8 kilowatts and you get back 1/8. So you produce 8, they can use it for whatever, and then at night when you want to get it back, you get 1 kilowatt back. And so it's really not that good of a deal. So why this matters? Generally, it matters a lot for your payoff cost, or you know, when your system actually financially makes sense. And so with this system in place, the Net Energy Meter 3.0, it'll take a lot longer for you to actually get a return on your investment on your solar panels, which is quite unfortunate. On top of that, they've also added something in, and I think this is really sneaky. They added something in where if you get solar now in Southern California, you have to get a backup battery. And I don't think this is necessarily building codes. It might be like their green, you know, like green way of doing things in the future. But honestly, I think it has a lot to do about them wanting to protect their own business. And so I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit. But basically, if you're getting solar past April, you will have to get a battery, a backup battery along with it. Under Net Energy Metering 2.0, you didn't. Now, I know what a lot of you people think. Probably what I was thinking, and people I've talked to, is, well, let me just get a really small system, get grandfathered into the Net Energy Meter 2.0, and then just add more panels later. You can't do it. As soon as you make any changes, they'll move you into that new plan, and yeah, it'll take you forever to get back your ROI on your system. So a lot of people that I know got Net Energy Metering 2.0. They just got a system installed very recently. So let's talk about this little backup battery program that they have going on here. And so essentially what I think is happening with Southern California Edison, and I think probably a lot of utility providers are either already doing it or will be following that, is that their grid is not able to handle the onload offload type of you know, new way how the grid is being used. And that being said, they're in the business of selling you electricity, right? If you are generating your own electricity, you're undercutting their business model, right? And so if they give you if you give them 8 kilowatts and they give you 1 kilowatt credit at night, that's good for them, right? Because you're generating electricity for your neighbors and they sell it to them at a cost. They're essentially energy arbitraging you here. Before the Net Energy Metering 2.0, you didn't really need it because it was almost a one-to-one. And now if you don't get a battery, now that you have to get a battery, you know, that's how you actually get your ROI. But yeah, you also have to spend a whole lot more money. And so they're also kind of like pushing the value proposition of a backup battery because they are gonna give you a whole lot less back. And so yeah, that's basically how I think they're doing it. They're gonna protect their own business, which is they sell electricity at a premium. We pay quite a lot in Southern California for electricity as is, which makes no sense because the sun's shining most of the time. This net energy metering program, I think it's just going to be the start of it. I think there's soon a lot to follow. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. It was a little bit like explaining a little bit what the changes are, but really mostly of kind of like, let's think about this here for a second, because I didn't think that quite made sense what they were doing for the consumer. It made a whole lot of sense for them. And so if you guys found this kind of insightful, these are just my thoughts on that. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you guys got solar recently, and if you guys got grandfathered in net energy metering 2.0, or what your utility provider in your local area is doing, because I'm quite curious where this is going. You know, it is all cloaked under this green revolution, but it doesn't feel right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.